Robert Kiyosaki, an American businessman and author, once said, "Financial freedom is available to those who learn about it and work for it." A pleasant morning to you, ma'am. In this morning, we'll delve into the three important financial concepts: the simple interest, simple discount, and stocks. In this report, we will explore the basic principles behind these financial tools, including what they mean, how to calculate them, and how they can be used in real-life situations. By understanding these concepts, we will gain valuable knowledge that can help us manage our finances, make smart investments, and make informed financial choices. So our presentation is entitled Financial Foundations Exploring Simple Interest, Discount, and Stocks, with the theme Empowering Financial Knowledge, Mastering Simple Interest, Discount Calculations, and Stock Investment. So here's our conceptual framework and our lesson objectives. Let's begin with simple interest. Simple interest is a method to calculate the amount of interest charged on a sum at a given rate and for a given period of time. In simple words, simple interest is a way to calculate the extra money you have to pay when you borrow money or the extra money you earn when you lend or invest money. So the simple interest considers three main factors: the principal, the interest rate, and the term or time period. So the principal is the amount of money you borrow or invest. It's the initial sum of money that you start with. The interest rate is the percentage that the lender charges you for borrowing money or the rate at which your investment grows. And lastly, the term or time period is the length of time that can be measured in years, months, or any other unit of time. For example, if you borrow money for 2 years or keep your investment for 6 months, that's the time period. So the formula for simple interest is I is equals to PRT. I stands for interest, P stands for principal, and R stands for rate, and T stands for time or term period. Let's have an example for further understanding. How much interest is charged when 10,000 pesos is borrowed for 2 years at an interest rate of 3%? So we have here the given values. The principal or the sum of money borrowed is 10,000 pesos. The rate is 3%. Always remember that it is expressed in decimals. So we have 0.03, and the time period, which is 2 years, we have 3. So to calculate the interest, we just have to multiply these 3. So 10,000 times 0.03 times 2, we have 600. So the answer is the interest charge for borrowing money, 10,000 pesos for 2 years, is 600 pesos. So,
have you tried borrowing money from the bank, or you're planning pa in the near future? Then you should know that the interest is immediately deducted from the total amount of money borrowed. And that deduction is called this simple discount. What does simple discount mean? Simple discount is also known as bank discount. It is the amount that the bank deducts from a loan in advance. In commercial transaction, a discount is a reduction in the cost of goods in exchange for prompt payment instead of waiting for a deferred payment. Essentially, it is getting a price cut for paying early. Problems involving discounts are related to simple interest, which is a straightforward type of interest calculation. For example, bank deducts the interest upfront when giving out loans. This deducted interest is called the discount, and what remains is given to the borrower as the proceeds. The total amount the borrower needs to repay is called the maturity value. So in simpler terms, a discount is like a sale where you pay less if you pay quickly. The formula of a simple discount is I is equal to FDT and P is equal to F minus I, wherein I is equal to simple discount or the interest deducted from the amount of loan, F for future value, and D the rate of discount, and T for term, and P for the present value, F for future value, and I for the interest.
So I have here an example. Ignacio C. Guzman Jr. borrowed 25,000 for 90 days, and he was charged a bank discount of 6.5%. So what is the bank discount and the proceeds that will be received by Ignacio Guzman? So I have here the formula. So I is equals to FDT. So 25,000 is multiplied by 0.06, which is the rate. And the result would be 1,625. And And 90 over 360 would be 0.25. So 1,625 is multiplied again by 0.25. So the answer is 406. So now, let's find the proceeds that will be received by Ignacio. So I have here the formula. P is equals to F minus I. 25,000 minus 406.25 is equals to 24,593.75. Thus, the bank discount that Ignacio will receive is 406.25. And the proceeds that Ignacio will be received also is 24,593.75.
Is stocks. So stocks, also known as shares or equities, it represents ownership in a company. When you buy stocks, you became a shareholder or part owner of that company. Imagine a company is like a pizza. Each shares of stock is like a slice of that pizza. So when you buy a share, you will own a small portion of the whole pizza. So now let's proceed with the definition of terms in relation to stocks. First is dividend. Well, dividends is a way to provide for shareholders to receive a share of the company's earnings as a return to their investment. It is like an action taken now that can pay some rewards or benefits in the future. Dividends are regularly payments of the company's profit to shareholders is sort of like a reward for putting your money to the venture fund or company. It is like similar to the way you receive interest for money in savings. Most often, companies pay out dividends in cash, but they can also give an additional stock to their shareholders instead. So why do a company do that? Well, it's because it's a rewarding that investors for putting trust and cash in their company. So let's proceed to dividend per share or DPS. It's a financial ratio that measures the amount of dividends a company pays to its shareholders per share of stock. DPS is a way to measure how much money each shareholder of a company gets for each share they own. It's like a bonus that shareholders receive for investing in the company. So likely DPS is important for investor because it shows how much extra money they can expect to receive from their investment. If a company has a higher DPS, it means they're giving more money back to their shareholders, which is a good thing. But if the DPS is lower, it means the company is keeping more money for itself because investors use DPS to help the shareholders decide if they want to invest in the company. They look at how much bonus money they could get for owning shares. It's just one piece of information they consider which deciding where to invest their money.
So in continuation, I'm going to discuss about the stock market. So the stock market is like a busy marketplace. It is where companies sell shares or stocks and investors like us buy them. So here in the Philippines, we have the Philippine Stock Exchange, or also called the PSE, where all this buying and selling happens. The next is the market value. So market value is simply the current price of this stock. It can change based on many things such as how well the company is doing, the economy, and what the investors think of the company's future, either to fail or to success. For the last one, we have the stock yield ratio, or also known as the dividend yield. It shows how much money you are making from a stock compared to what you have paid for it. If the ratio is high, means that you are earning more dividends for every money you have invested in the current stock you have invested.
Par value, the per share amount stated on the company's certificate, unlike market value, it is determined by the company and remains stable over time. For example, a certain financial institution declared a 30 million dividend for the common stocks. If there are total of 700,000 shares of common stock, how much is the dividend per share? This is the given. Total dividend is 30 million and total shares is 700,000. Then divide, then the result is 42.86. And therefore, dividend per share is 42.86.
So to sum it all up, the formula for simple interest is I is equals to P or T, and the formula for simple discount is I is equals to FDT and P is equals to F minus I. For stocks, it always depends on what the situation is. For example, if the situation calls for determining the dividend per share, we'll simply have to divide the total dividend by the total number of shares. That's all. Thank you.